thank you for calling me back.
Hi, sir. Yeah. I didn't catch your name. Sorry.
I texted it, but it's Eshaghian.
How do you spell it? A-T-A?
I sent you a text.
Okay, sir. I'm just asking you again. I haven't read the text.
A-T-A.
Mm-hmm.
And then Echo Sierra Hotel.
E-S-H.
No. Could you possibly read the text?
Okay.
It'll make it much easier.
Okay. All right.
My name is there. It's Eshaghian. Eshaghian.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And I'm a solicitor, okay?
Oh, you're a solicitor. Okay.
Yeah. The reason I'm ringing you is because Karl Peter Hofmann, who asked me to contact you, and I've got your number from his father in Germany, who emailed it to me.
Oh,
yesterday.
I see. Uh-huh.
So I've spoken to a couple of his friends already, and including Isabel Avera, who I just spoke to this morning. And the reason I'm calling you is to ask if you are able to assist in any way to secure bail for him. Because at the moment, he's in custody and he's at Wandsworth Prison.
Mm-hmm.
His next hearing is Monday, the 14th of August.
Okay.
And I've asked one of his friends called Lynn.
Right.
That's a pseudonym, but there's another name. And she said she might be able to help with an address. She wasn't sure she could speak to her.
Yeah.
Isabel Avera lives in Switzerland, so
yeah,
I'm not entirely sure whether she will not be able to assist.
Yeah.
But she said she wants to see the warrant and she wants to know his prison number and so on before she takes the next step. So anyway, you've got her contact details. You can speak to her directly.
Well, what did she ask you? She wants to see what?
His prison number.
She wants his prison number. Okay.
Yeah. I don't have that at the moment.
How come?
Because the prisoner location team haven't sent that to me yet.
But how did you deal with the case if you don't have the prison number? I'm very surprised.
No. What happens is if somebody is in court,
yeah,
for the first time, they don't have a prison number. It's only when they go to prison they have a prison number. So the only way, if you let me finish, if to get the prison number, you have to email the prisoner location team for a secure email, and then within 72 hours they send you the person's prison number.
So he's going to be locked up more than 72 hours then?
Yes, he was in court on Monday, 7th of August.
Okay.
His next appearance is Monday, the 14th of August.
I understand. How did you get involved in the case?
I was the court duty solicitor and I assisted him, and he asked me to carry on dealing with the case.
I understand.
But I made it clear that he can have any lawyer he wanted, and it's up to him what he wants to do ultimately.
Yeah. Which court was this, Mr. Eshaghian? Did I say it correctly? Eshaghian.
Yes. It's Westminster.
Westminster. Where did they arrest him? Because we don't seem to know.
Well, Miss Avera knew, because apparently she was speaking to him on the phone.
Oh, yeah, but she didn't know his location, like, because she was on the phone. Because what it is, they somewhere they got the message, somebody got the message that he was arrested in London and he was going to be taken to Essex. So we don't know, because we're trying to find where his car is and all that.
Yes, no, I understand that. He was arrested on the 5th of August at 6:10, and he was in the vicinity of London Road, Tilbury, RM19.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Do you want his registration number for the car?
That would help.
Whiskey Mike. Charlie Romeo. 20. Yeah.
So that was, do you have the postcode of the road?
Romeo Mike 19.
RM19?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, you don't have the full code?
I don't know, but
okay.
I guess, London Road, I think, is a long road. So
I don't know. I see. So that's and do you have the, I mean, who arrested him?
National Crime Agency.
Oh, National Crime Agency.
Yeah.
So is that not the police?
Yes, they're part of the police. I mean, that's a colloquial way of putting it, but I guess, you know, that they're a different force to any police force.
Have you got the name of the arresting constable at all?
Michael Rack, R-A-C-K.
Do you have his warrant number?
I don't have his warrant number. No.
Okay. Michael Rack, and where is he located? Do you have his shoulder number?
No, I don't think they have shoulder numbers at the National Crime Agency. I think they just have, I mean, they might have a warrant number, but they normally go with the name, as far as I know.
They must have a warrant number. Okay, so
yeah.
which branch of the National Crime Agency? Is it the head office? Is it the local one? Is it?
Operational team on the National Extradition Unit.
National.
It's a National Extradition Unit within the Joint International Crime Center.
Joint International Crime Center. And do you have the crime number for that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure if there is a crime number, but what they do have is a warrant issued by the Austrian authorities to extradite him to
I see.
Austria.
So they executed a warrant, yeah?
It's an extradition warrant, yes.
Okay. Have you seen the warrant yourself?
Yes.
Okay. And have you got the warrant number handy?
I can send that to you.
That would be wonderful. But if you have the number handy, I would write it down anyway.
If you take this one, 15.
Yeah.
S for sugar, T for tango.
Yes.
27. Dash.
Yeah.
18G.
18. Is that a reference number or an actual warrant number?
That's the reference number.
Oh, but that's not the warrant. Have you got the actual warrant number?
F for Freddy P1. 1747.
Yeah.
647.
Yeah.
8023.
Okay. Oh, I see. Because yeah, I was gonna take the reference number there. Good thing I asked.
And no, I was gonna give you the other one.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Can you tell me which court?
It was issued in Graz, G-R-A-Z, Austria on the 28th of July.
Which year?
This year.
July 28th. 23. Okay. But you know, he came through the customs when he entered the UK. Normally, warrant would flag up when you go through the customs, isn't it?
It probably did.
But they would have arrested there and then, no?
Just reading the statement from the officer.
Okay. That's the statement from Michael. Yeah. Is it Michael Rack?
Yeah. Anyway, can I ask you some questions now?
You can. Well, yeah, you sure. I'm just trying to check out some, because we don't know, because you know, we're frustrated with like some information that we, you know, but we.
The reason I'm asking you really is obviously to ask for your help in some way.
I'm trying to help, you know.
I know, but the most immediate thing that I think we need to do is to ensure we can release will get his release.
Yeah.
Now, as I was explaining to Mr. Severo, he does have an address in, I think it's Dartford.
Yeah, somewhere down south. Yeah.
Hold on. Anyways, but I think that's it's in his parents' name. But it's really not a place that he's lived in, and it's kind of derelict where I'm not entirely sure if the court will.
Well, what happens with the property? Because he was in Germany a bit, but since he came back to the UK, he's rummaged through it to look for documents and stuff. So it looks a bit like a burglar has been in there, from what I understand. But his friend Lynn has offered that she can go there and clean it up. They do have cooking facilities that's working and stuff there. It's summer, so central heating is not an issue. So it's livable in that sense. And she offered, she's happy to do some cleaning up and things if he wants to use it. If it's an issue that he wants to stay in London for his business purposes, then that's another matter. We might be able to try and find someone who can accommodate him. But if he can go in his own house, that's probably the best option.
Yeah, I think the keys to this house are in I think they're in the car.
Yeah. But have you got before I forget, have you got an inventory for the contents of his car and the whereabouts of his car? Have you got the inventory?
No, I don't have that information, unfortunately. But I will try to get that information from the judicial authority, from the extradition unit. But
I'll just check something here. Mr. Atta, please. Yeah. I have a very fruit fly memory, so when something comes in my head, if I don't ask you straight away, I might forget. But what it is, the National Crime Agency is not a judicial unit, is it?
No, that's not the judicial authority.
Okay, I thought you just said, that's why I wanted to double check, because they're an enforcement unit, but the judicial is the one who makes the warrant. They're enforcing a warrant, right?
Yeah.
Right. I just want to catch that quick. And the inventory, when the police deprive you of your property, they have to give you an inventory by law for the contents. And we're talking about the car key and the car itself and the documents and computers and stuff that he has in the car and money, whatever. So you don't have an inventory for those things?
No, they haven't supplied me with one. And usually in extradition cases, at this juncture, they will give you the warrant, the arresting officer's arresting statement, and a copy of his previous convictions, which he has none. But I'll come back to that.
Right, sure.
But what really the reason I'm contacting you, and the reason he asked me to contact you is the possible address, if they don't think that the address in Dover is suitable. Plus, if anybody can raise any bail monies on his behalf, because the reason bail was refused was because they said he doesn't have community ties. And to convince the court and to
I can easily overcome that argument, Mr. Eshaghian. Is that if somebody has his house keys, I think you could say that's pretty good community ties, wouldn't you?
Sorry, if
somebody has the keys to his property, you would say that's pretty decent community ties.
Yes, I put that argument forward. But I just think without, if we can argue that this warrant was issued previously and, there are issues and this warrant that they've issued now is defective, then, we have a more powerful argument. But I'm not entirely sure whether I'm going to be able to achieve that by Monday. So come Monday, he has his second bail application. We don't have to do the bail application. We can always hold on to it until we're in a better position to argue for bail. But if we argue for bail on Monday and just argue the same reasons that we did before, which I did, addressing Dover and, you know, so on and so forth, and he hasn't got any previous convictions, and the warrant is defective, and it's been dealt with in Austria. You know, all these arguments which I raised previously.
Right.
The court's probably going to say no again, and we'll lose our chance.
Okay.
And then the next chance will be in the High Court, and they'll be, I think, a bit more difficult to argue. So really, I want to hold on to this and make the most powerful argument I can.
So you said you already made the argument that, you know, he has friends who have his house key, that's evidence of good community ties, no? You made that argument already, you said.
We said that he has an address. We gave the address over, yes.
No, but did you say he has friends who hold his house keys?
No, because he said to me the keys were in the car.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just trying to clear that point up.
I mean, no, I didn't know he had. I mean, do you have the keys?
I don't have the keys, but his friend have keys, and like I said, she's off. Yeah, she's offered.
I spoke to her, and she didn't say any of that to me, but she's obviously said it to you. But we had a long chat, and you know,
well, maybe you didn't ask. You know, but there's no reason why you would ask, because you wouldn't suspect that she has the keys.
No, and I did say, you know, he has got an address in Dover, and I think I did say that.
Well, he owns the house, you know, and he live. So what it is, I'm just giving you this information. She said to me, she's happy to go and, you know, clean the place up, and she said there is cooking facilities there. It's okay to live. It's a bit messy because he went to, since he's been back in the UK a few days ago, he went and, you know, was searching the place for documents and things. So it looks messy, but it's a tidying up problem. It's a solid house. I know the house. It's a solid house. It's summertime.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just, you know, is there anyone that can raise bail monies?
I thought, do you get legal aid on this case?
Yes, we do get.
Okay. I mean,
do you know what I mean by bail money?
I have no idea.
Okay, let me explain to you. That's fair enough. So if I'm in trouble, with my friend, and you know, I don't really permanently live in UK, I come and go.
Yeah.
Okay, like Mr. Hofmann. I mean, I know he lived here for many, many years, but he hasn't lived here for I don't know, 2 or 3 years maybe. So anyway, the court says, look, you know, you've just come into the country, you were arrested, there's an extradition warrant, serious, you have to go to Austria. They say it's a terrorist organization.
Right.
Okay, so they really raise the bar.
Yeah.
And they put the heat on. And I say to you, look, Mr. Badaloo, you know, I'm not really established here. I was, but I'm not anymore. Are you able to put some monies into the court? You will get that money back. Really? Every time there is a hearing, I go to the court. So you're not giving me the money, or you're not giving any lawyer the money.
Yeah.
It's bail money. So it's official communication between you and the court.
Yeah.
And then you raise, I don't know how much you can raise, but it's up to you. So you say to the court, I'm offering this.
Right.
Because I'm confident that Mr. Hofmann will turn up to court, and I know that if he doesn't, I risk losing that money. Yeah.
But they own the house, no? That's more than enough.
Yes, but we argue this, and I'm worried that if we go without surety or security, we may not succeed. But you know,
you want cash. You want cash, yeah.
Sorry.
You want cash, currency.
No, I don't want cash.
Okay.
I don't want cash. I don't want
right.
I don't want your money.
Not my money. Okay.
Do you understand? I'm not asking for your money. For me.
Yeah.
It's a bail money. It's a security. There's something. I mean, you're an intelligent man. You can Google this and find out what bail and surety and security is, or I can email you and explain to you what it is. But you know, it's a system where you don't have to put any money to the court. The court can impose other conditions like electronic monitoring, which they will do.
Right.
You know, GPS tracking, which they can do.
Okay.
You know, reporting to the local police station. You know, not to apply for any travel documents, not to go to an international travel hub.
Okay.
You know, these are conditions that the court can impose. But One of the most powerful conditions is, anybody who has an issue with bail contacts friends and family, and friends and family may or may not be able to put a certain amount of money forward to guarantee that person's release. But you will get that money back.
Right.
Even if Mr. Hofmann is extradited. As long as he turns up to court every time there's a court hearing. So I guess that's how simply I can put it. I'm not sure you know.
I get it. I tell you, I was in Harrow Crown Court once, supporting a colleague, and he refused to give a bail address. He said my email is enough, and they accepted it, and he was out.
Okay, I don't know the particular circumstances of that, and I've had cases where people who haven't got an address get bailed, and then they're told to report to a local station, or to go to a certain police. But every case is different. I just think, it's going to be difficult in Mr. Hoffman's case to propose to the court that, look, there is no address.
I understand, but personally, I feel his address is the best option because he can function and deal with his legal documents and stuff, and he has support there, and it can be tidied up by Lynn, and she can get helpers and stuff if necessary. But she told me there is cooking facilities, beds, everything is adequate there, but it's messy. But I've seen judges' houses that are very messy, Mr. Eshaghian. Bearing in mind he wasn't in the country, so the place isn't kept up good. But if you want to sleep and you're a bachelor, you can sleep and you can eat, and you have access to your paperwork and your furniture and all that, and your garden and his car and blah blah.
I totally understand, and I get that, but okay, just putting the address to one side, and I appreciate what you say, it was very helpful, and I'll speak to Lynn again.
Cheers.
But are anybody able to put any bail monies or not?
Money, I don't know. It's a whole big thing. I don't know the financial position of his parents. The only thing I know, they have a mortgage-free property, which I think is a pretty good asset, From my understanding, if you have property, you don't need bail money normally.
Not entirely, no, because the property isn't in his name, is it?
It's his parents, but they can give some kind of assurance if necessary.
Yeah, but I'm going to ask you directly: are you able to help?
Personally, no. I'm in a lot of problem. I have 3 properties that's been the police have harassed me. That I can't get my rent and stuff. The Merseyside police. No, I'm happy you can pry, because I'm glad you asked. No, normally I would be. Yeah, normally I would be. I haven't been paid my wages now for I will tell you, this is very important. You need to know this, actually. I haven't been paid at my wage since 9/11/2017, and it's all based on a warrant, a fake warrant, which Peter Hofmann was assisting me, and his belongings were stolen, and we got the warrant from the court. It's a N49 document which is fabricated, so it's an issue we're having with fake warrants, and that's why my wage is not been paid. And so otherwise I could close my eyes, and I've donated like 10 grand to people with no conditions in the past. So this is the problem. There's a fake warrant issue here, and some of Peter's stuff was stolen from my house at the time, and we've now got proof that it's a fake warrant. So personally, I believe this should become part of this case,
I honestly understand.
Because wherever there is one fake warrant, Mr. Eshaghian, there is others. Yeah. So listen, okay. You don't have an inventory for his, you don't know even the location of his car, because we're worried it might get towed and stuff.
I mean, I can find out, but I don't know. No, I don't know where that is.
And not only the car, but the contents. You know, he's a guy that has a lot of laptops and legal documents all the time. And how can somebody be facing trial? You don't have an inventory. Isn't it a serious crime if you don't do an inventory when you take stuff from people?
They would have done that because he was taken to Gray's police station. So there's a property sheet somewhere, but I don't have access to that.
Oh, I see.
You see, I wasn't representing him at the police station.
We were told he was arrested in London and was being taken to Grace. The information is not consistent, you know.
Sorry, could you say that again?
We were told he was arrested in London,
yeah,
and he was going to be transported to Essex police. We weren't told which police station. So all this, it puts Peter at a massive disadvantage, you know.
Why? Because
he delays people getting contact or communication with him. Like you're saying, you don't have a prison number, so nobody can email him because you don't have with a prison number, that's the email address, the first part of the email address. So if you're telling us you don't have a prison number, it means he's cut off from communication, which is a human rights violation.
No, it's not. The prison number is his unique number when you go to prison.
Right. So he's in custody, he's incarcerated now, no?
Yes, but why is this human rights being breached?
Because you're blocking his communication.
No, nobody's blocking his communication. The thing is, he will get the prison number immediately when he goes to prison, but they don't give the prison number.
So isn't he not in is he not in prison now?
Yes, but I can't get that prison number.
Okay, that's fine. You can't get it, but I'm just saying it's an irregularity. It's a massive problem. The minute you check in, the computer generates a number.
No, it's not an irregularity.
Okay.
It's not. It just takes time for the prison location team to get back to me. Normally, they send it to me within 72 hours.
Well, I don't believe you can check into prison and the computer don't give you a prison number there and then. And you get a card, you get that prison card.
Maybe I'm not explaining myself.
Right.
So when I go to prison, if you just hear me out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in Wandsworth. They give me the number. They in fact give me a card with my number on it.
Right.
Right. Now, I can't phone Wandsworth or email Wandsworth to get that. I have to email an organization called Prisoner Location Team, right? And I have to email them from a secure email. I do this for every client who unfortunately ends up in prison, and I don't have their prison number. They will normally send that prison number to me within 72 hours. It doesn't mean he hasn't been given it. It just means that they're processing my email. They want to know who I am.
Yeah.
They're on the record, and they will send it to me. But sometimes people who go to prison, sometimes they give them the courtesy phone call, you know, and they can phone friends and family, and then that person will give the prison number. But Mr. Hofmann only had a number for his father in Germany. I'm not sure. I don't think he's called his father anyway, and I'm not sure why, because they may have not allowed him to make an international call. I don't know. But
okay.
You know, the situation is it's not a breach of his human rights. I can't.
Do you know? Okay, I beg to disagree. You can't cut somebody's communication that is an inalienable rights. But listen, you know who the head of the National Crime Agency is?
No, I don't remember now.
Okay, so Peter is campaigning against child sexual abuse. You're aware of that, his work?
Yeah.
And are you aware the head of the National Crime Agency is on trial for multiple child sexual offenses?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
So do you believe there could be a conflict of interest here?
Well, I don't know if I've just Googled him. Isn't it Graham Bigger?
I don't know. It's on the front page, and the psychiatrists who were making assessment on people was running a child sex ring on the internet. They both, you know, and this is only what we know. Well, never mind what we don't know. You know, the head of the police, IOPC.
I mean, I don't think he is up for child sex offences.
Okay, well, we can do some research on that. Okay, but it was on their front page at some time.
Which front page?
On their website, National Crime Agency.
NCA?
Yep.
Well, if you Google,
there's an Asian guy there, the psychiatrist. I think he's still there. Multiple was sex trafficking, and he's a psychiatrist signing people off as mentally unfit.
Right.
You work in a very interesting industry, Mr. Eshaghian. But listen, this is the problem, right? You're going to email me a copy of this warrant, okay?
Well, I can only do that if Mr. Hofmann gives me permission. He hasn't given me direct permission to do that.
Okay.
So I can't share that.
Is it not a public document, a warrant issued by the court?
Well, it could be, but unfortunately, as you know, and I think you would appreciate what I'm saying, is that unless Mr. Hofmann directly tells me you are allowed to email this person with this document, I could get into a lot of trouble, right? What
trouble could you get into for disclosing a warrant that's issued by the court?
Because it's really a document. It's a solicitor-client document, right?
No, I beg to differ, sir. This is a public document. Any court order is a public document.
Some of the case papers in the prosecution case, but I'm not allowed to share that with anyone, am I?
You share it with the world. It's a public document. It's for the whole world to see, for the jury to see. The world is a jury, no?
Well, I'm afraid you have to.
I mean, earlier in the conversation, earlier in the conversation, Mr. Eshaghian, you said you're going to email it to me. Now you're saying something different.
No, I said if I have his permission, that's what Mr. Vera said.
You don't need his permission, but I can't see why he would object.
Well, I don't know. And,
okay. Well, can you email it to me at your earliest, please?
I will do it as soon as I.
Not only the warrant, Mr. Eshaghian. I want a copy of the request for the warrant. You know what they file in the court to obtain the warrant, where they have to file evidence and documents to make an application for the warrant.
But I don't have that.
No, but you must get it, no?
Well, no, that's not something that I can readily get. You know, I'm not going to mislead you and say I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that.
No, you just send an email and ask for it, no? It's as simple as that in the modern day.
That's something that they can share with me.
Why can't they share? You make an application for a warrant, you have to share it. That's Donald Trump got his.
I know, Mr. Badaloo.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I do understand you want to go into the real minutiae in this case.
I don't want to go into minutiae. I want to go into. Let me ask you something, Mr. Eshaghian. One thing.
Yes.
You're a solicitor. How long have you been practicing?
Since 1997.
A good while, okay? Have you ever seen an authentic warrant in your life?
Yes.
Okay, you've seen one. Okay. I asked this to a police officer the other day, and she said she's never seen one. Yeah? So,
I mean, you mean
Peter was released from prison in Vienna or wherever on the basis that the warrant was fake. Yeah, they released him the same day. They said they had a meeting in the prison. They're begging from that. The police said, no, you have to go right now. Immediately, you have to walk free. So we're having a double jeopardy situation here. And you're telling me, you're backtracking on your argument. You could have emailed me the warrant. Now you're telling me you need Peter's permission, which you don't. And now you're telling me you can't ask. You can't even ask. Well, shooting an email as a solicitor claiming legal aid. You can't ask that, can you give me a copy of the request for the warrant?
No, I'm not. Look, Mr. Badaloo, I can't share the warrant. Whether you accept that or don't accept that, I apologize.
You're making a false statement, Mr. Eshaghian.
I'm making a false statement.
You are.
Why?
It's a public document. There's no lawful reason that you can't put it in the public domain.
But I can only get that document if I'm a solicitor, right?
That's rubbish. That's absolutely what makes a solicitor different from any other man on this planet? Because you're in the bar association. What makes you different from anybody else?
I'm not different to anyone.
Okay, exactly. So cut that argument, bro.
Okay, can I speak or have you finished?
I'm totally quiet.
Okay. I don't want to get into a conflict with you. It's not my intention. I'm trying to.
There is no conflict. You made a false statement that you can't share the warrant.
Okay, I've made a false statement. Okay, that's your view. Fine.
And you also are telling me, which I believe is not proper, that you are not willing to shoot an email and ask for a copy of the request for the warrant.
I haven't. Can I just say this?
Yes.
I've got a warrant that, for the first and last page of the judgment in Austria. Now, I've asked for the Austrian warrant.
Yeah.
That was issued, and he was arrested in Liechtenstein. Now, to get to the issue that you're raising, which is you're saying that this is a double jeopardy situation. Yes, that was raised in court, and I raised that as one of the issues.
Okay.
You know, so that's already.
Which court was this again? The Westminster, was it?
Yeah. So, just to answer your questions directly.
Well, one second, before I forget, Mr. Eshaghian. What's the court case number?
Two 2301.
Okay. Is that all?
No, 2301.
Yeah.
251.
Yeah.
723.
And who's the prosecutor?
It's the extradition unit, CPS. I don't know if the
CPS is the prosecutor.
The extradition unit at the CPS.
Okay, so it's a CPS. Rebecca Lawrence, basically. Yeah?
Who?
Rebecca Lawrence. She's the head, no? Or Max Hill or...
I mean, look, Mr. Badaloo, I think, can I just bring you back to the issue here? Sorry about this. You know, you've got the information.
Are you deciding what my issue is, boss?
No, I just want to say to you that you can phone the SRA, the Solicitors Regulation Authority, and I know you've had, you know what to do. You're an intelligent man. You're able, and as far as I know, you do podcasts and this type of thing. So, you're quite well read, and you're quite knowledgeable. So, you can phone the SRA, Solicitors Regulation Authority. You can email the court.
That's Paul Philip, right? Paul Philip, yeah?
You have a freedom to do whatever you wish. But as far as I'm concerned, unless Mr. Hofmann, I never discussed with him whether I should share the warrant with anyone.
Okay.
I didn't. The only time that your name came up is when we were talking about bail monies. He asked me to contact you, and the address that was Lynn, and then he also gave me the name of Isabel Avero. So he never officially said to me that you can share this information with anyone. I'm sure he has no problem, but at the same time, I just want you to at least understand what I'm saying, and I'm not trying to mislead you or try to be difficult. It's just I'm bound by professional ethics and rules.
You're bound by the law, what's it called, the Bar Association. But listen, before we get into this, did you show the warrant to Peter?
He has a copy of the warrant, yes.
He has a copy?
Yes, he has it in German and English.
And can I ask you, is the warrant sealed by the court?
It's been issued.
No, is it sealed, boss? I'm asking you if it's sealed. Yes or no?
It's not sealed. No.
Okay, fine.
But yes.
So you don't have a sealed warrant?
Have you seen an extradition warrant before?
I have never seen a valid warrant in my life after 8 years of campaigning against fake warrants.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm talking 7 days a week, 24/7. Yeah, because for someone to obtain an authentic warrant issued by the court, sealed, due process, it's a high bar. And just the same like Donald Trump's warrants, they fabricated the affidavit. Everything is fraud, and fraud vitiates all. Yeah.
What you're saying is
okay.
that's one of the issues. That's one of the issues we're going to raise, is the fact that the warrant is not valid. You know, at the moment, as it is, they have to. The court has accepted it as face value. The full hearing, if there is to be a full hearing, we may never get to a full hearing because they may concede the point that this is something that's already been dealt with. I don't know, because I don't know what happened in Austria exactly.
So you're accepting that the warrant is not valid?
Well, that's one of the. For a fact, I don't know, but that's one of the arguments that we're going to.
And what's the argument? What's the argument based on, Mr. Eshaghian?
That this is a warrant that's already been dealt with in Austria.
But you said it was issued in July 28, 2023.
Yes, but there was another warrant issued in Austria, was there not?
I don't know. I don't believe any warrant was issued anywhere. You got counterfeit documents, mate.
Okay.
You just said it's not sealed. End of story. It's over. Peter must come out right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Did Michael Rack, the alleged arresting officer, did he execute the warrant and endorse it?
Did he execute the warrant?
Yes.
No, he arrested.
So when you make an arrest, you have to execute the warrant, no? Because the arrest was to execute the warrant. So he didn't execute the warrant.
Well, he arrested Mr. Hofmann following the issuance of the warrant.
Yeah, so he had to execute the warrant, no? Yes or no?
I don't know if execute's the right word, but he arrested.
You don't know. You're a qualified lawyer taking legal aid. You don't know if he has to execute the warrant?
Okay. So it's my fault for not explaining. He basically, any police officer, if they have a warrant that's been issued by the National Extradition Unit, they say, you know,
the national, I beg your pardon, the National Extradition Unit, only the court can issue a warrant. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, but
right. Okay.
What the National Extradition Unit has done.
Yeah.
This is Michael Rack, who works there, which I told you.
You said he was the arresting officer, right?
Yeah, but he works at the National Extradition.
I don't care where he works. He's the arresting officer.
Okay.
So did he execute a warrant? Yes or no?
Well, he arrested Mr.
Yeah, but there's false arrest and there is real arrest. Yeah, I was in Merseyside police station the other day on an alleged arrest. Arrest my ass. They kidnapped me.
Okay.
Yeah, just because you're wearing a police uniform or whatever doesn't mean what you're doing is lawful, does it? We're talking somebody's freedom and liberty here, who is campaigning against pedophiles.
Yeah.
So you answer the question: did Michael Rack execute a warrant? Yes or no?
Michael Rack arrested.
I don't want to tell me what I didn't ask. Did he execute a warrant?
Well, that's a legal point. I don't know whether he.
Well, you have the warrant. You told me you have the warrant, so you must tell me if it's executed or not.
He arrested.
I thought he didn't. From what you're telling me, no arrest took place. There was a kidnap.
What is the point of this discussion we're having?
Because the point is, Mr. Eshaghian, we're trying to establish the authority under which Karl Peter Hofmann is held. And you can't show me any authority at the moment to take legal aid money.
Okay, well, I'm sorry about that, but I think, you know, what do you want me to do?
Well, personally, if there is no warrant executed, first thing, you have obligations under the court's anti-fraud and assurance policy. Have you not?
No, Mr. Vanloo, I don't agree with some of the things you're saying. I just don't. And I think what you're saying...
There is nothing to agree or disagree. You're saying you do not have a warrant which was executed. This can't agree or disagree. You have it or you don't.
I'm sorry.
It's not a religious debate where you agree with something. You don't have a warrant. You don't have a sealed warrant. You're not prepared. You're not prepared to get the request for the warrant, allegedly. You told me you're going to argue that the warrant is not valid, so you know it's not valid already. You have a duty and an obligation right now, this very minute, to invoke the court's anti-fraud policy.
No, I don't agree with that. I've already raised the issue of this warrant.
Yeah, but you haven't raised it with the law enforcement. You're raising it in... Right, carry on.
This matter was raised, you know.
Who is the judge? Who is the judge you raised it? What's his name?
Pilling.
Judge who?
Pilling. P-I-L-L-I-N-G. Right. Mr. Badler, I've really got to go in a minute. Honestly, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I just think, you know... So
Judge Pilling, this is saying the warrant is legit and it was properly executed. Yeah?
Mr. Badaloo, I'm going to, please listen to me. I can't keep going around in circles with you.
We're going in a straight line to the fake warrant, Mr. Eshaghian. Straight line. Sorry, we're not going in circles. We're going in a straight line, and we're at the finishing line now.
No, can I just say something?
Yeah.
You've said a few things. If you just please allow me to speak. Right. These issues were raised. So was the issue of dual criminality, absence of a prosecution decision, extraneous considerations, which is his political beliefs, which are not terrorist related. Article 8, human rights, Article 2, and Article 3, including any prison conditions that there may be there. Article 10, freedom of speech. Article 11, freedom of association. Section 21A, proportionality. Section 21B, request for temporary transfer. And Section 19B, foreign bar extradition. So that all, basically, I raised every single point I could have done.
No, okay. But the thing is, why are you raising these points, Mr. Escher? None of them matter if it's a fake warrant and a false arrest. Have you seen, we're in a shouting match now. Have you seen, no, don't bully me. Do not bully me. Okay? Yeah? Listen, don't bully me. Let me ask you what I'm asking you, okay? Have you seen, you have to go because you're a criminal, Mr. Eshaghian. Okay. You're supporting counterfeiting of warrants, yeah? And
sorry?
Have you seen the lay of information that the CPS filed in court?
What?
Have you seen the lay of information? You said the CPS...
an extradition warrant. I mean, can you please...
You said the CPS led the prosecution. Have you seen it?
Mr. Badaloo, I'm sorry about this.
You don't have a valid warrant, and you're trying to talk about it as if it's valid. That's the problem here. You're not authorized to take any legal aid money on this. I'm promising you.
Okay, Mr. Badaloo.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.